Tilton inside of the Taylor Tilton Hour. You are hanging out with me, your hostess, Taylor Tilton. You're watching The Blend, where legends live. And I'm about to take you back to some old school. I have some tickets to give away to the classic R&B funk tour that's happening Saturday, June 18th at the Showplace Arena at the Agri Center. And you can go to my website, www.taylortilton.com, to register to win tickets for you and a guest. Now, let me tell you about this concert, you guys. The concert features the Mary Jane Girls, Climax, Brick, Bunny DeBarge, Yarbrough and Peoples, as well as today's guest that will be headlining this super cool event, Memphis's very own legend and former lead singer for the Barkays. You guys help me welcome none other than Larry Dodson, aka Larry D, to the Blend. Hey, Mr. Dodson.
Hi, Tina. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome and thank you for being on with me. It's been a while since
man. It's been too long.
It has. And my apologies, too. Let me start out by saying my apologies. Let me say Dr. Larry Dodson.
Okay.
Yeah, how you doing?
I don't get that handle very often, but it is one that I have acquired. Okay.
Sure. And how did you acquire that? How did doctor become in the front of your name?
Well, let me just say this. It wasn't something that I went after. I guess a lot of people should know that my family and I, we have supported Lemoyne on college as well as the Barkays during my tenure there. But we have a scholarship fund there, the Barkays, Alan Jones, Marjorie Behringer scholarship fund, which we've had it for maybe the last 10, 12 years. We sent 3 to 5 kids. We assist them for going there. But to my surprise, they elected me for an honorary doctorate. And, I didn't know much about that, how all that works, but it's a really big deal. I was so honored. They shocked me with it. And I was just really honored. As a matter of fact, Tina, among the many accolades that I do have, that's really one that I'm so very proud of. It's one that I didn't go after, but I know I've seen Jay-Z and I've seen very influential people out of my peers have been honored with that. So it's truly a blessing for me, and I was really surprised. But it was a big event. But you know what? Can I tell you one little short story?
Tell me.
Look back up here. I'm going to. That is right there. We go. I moved one of my albums so that I could put my wife's graduation accomplishment there. As it turned out, so she went back to college, Southwest, and the same day that I got my honorary doctorate, she graduated from Southwest cum laude.
Yeah.
And so she came that morning and she was able to see my ceremony, and I scooted out after that to go to the FedEx Forum to see her walk. And man, it was just an amazing day. We both took pictures in front of the fireplace with our robes and caps and gowns on. It was something, man. Because I told her when she said she was gonna go back to college, that's like, you sure?
Yeah.
We OGs, so it was gonna be tough. But
what couple does that? What couple that? How many years for you all? How many years of marriage?
It'd be 52 this year.
52. My God, that is truly a till death.
Isn't that something?
Yes, it is. Yeah. And just all glory to God for that. But you were talking about accolades. Now, I want to say for me, and the big grin on my face comes from the accolades that I'm receiving from you right now, because I must say, when I first got started into this television interviewing kind of field, you were one of, if not the very first celebrity that I had an opportunity to meet.
I remember that.
And I want to thank Reginald Dyer for that. But I remember even coming to your house.
That's right.
In your wife's house to do the interview. I was so nervous, Mr. Dodson. And I tell you what, many years later, I still had the jitters. Like, I got to nail this interview. I've got to get him, and I've got to do well. So.
And you did. And you're a natural. And I knew that. I'm telling you, I'm not just blowing smoke on you now. I'm telling you, I knew you were natural. You had a personality. You're certainly beautiful, easy on the eyes, but you're very bright, intelligent, and some people have a knack for it, or that I call it that it factor, and you certainly have that. And I guess that's why you done so well in this field. And we shared a tenure on the Trend Radio, didn't we?
Yes, well, I was gonna get to that. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But meantime, 1951, born. This is when you were born. What day and month? Because I didn't get that.
January 22nd.
January. Okay, so you've already had your birthday.
Absolutely.
But were you born in Memphis? Are you a native Memphian?
I've been here all my life, born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee, and I'll probably just, I love Memphis, man. I think
We're
it's
grateful.
Yeah, man. Memphis is cool.
Yeah.
It's absolutely cool. And I've been all over the world and all over the country. Could have lived anywhere we wanted to, but and we've had offers to do that, but we love Florida now. We go there to vacation a lot. We spend a lot of time there, but Memphis is fine with me, man. I love it.
Well, how and where did you get your musical roots then?
Did you get
it from your mama?
Nah, my dad was a jazz buff, so growing up in my house, I as a kid got to listen to jazz, all the jazz greats all the time because that's what was playing around my house. But you know what, Tina? The first record I ever bought was Blue Suede Shoes by Elvis Presley. And people don't even believe that, I thought Elvis was just the coolest. He and Nat King Cole.
Oh, yeah.
Because Nat King Cole was the first African American I ever saw on TV with his own show. But my mentors singing Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder. I think those are just some of the greats. But I started a group in high school called the Tim Prees. You familiar with them.
Well, you know what? You said high school, but I saw 11 years old on your bio. I'm like, that is a kid. That is
well, that's probably true. I go back to high school, I guess, because I can remember singing under the staircases at lunchtime and having just hordes of girls just hollering and screaming. But we had Del One and Jambo and Scotty. We had a great time and we became very popular. We didn't record only until the 1970 when I joined the Barcades. A few years later, they came to Stax and they started a very good career with Dedicated to One I Love, Love Maze, I'm For You, and they went on to make a lot of good records. And Scotty and I are very good friends. All the guys and I are still very good friends. We're very close, and that was the beginning of my career to 1970. I was asked to be the only singer the Barcades has ever had out of these all 30 albums we've done.
Amazing. That was my next question for you to tell me about that journey, that early stage journey with you and the Barcades.
Well, let's go back to, my God, to this 130-pound scared kid who was asked.
I weigh more than you. Oh no!
Back then, so I was asked to join. James came to a club that we were singing at, and he asked me would I consider, being the first lead singer the band had ever had, because the Barcades were an instrumental group, who were blessed to have that very first single. Soulfinger was a million selling. It was one of the biggest instrumental records of all time. But he asked me to join, and I thought about it, and I had no idea they would ever have a singer. That was in 1970, and Tina, a lot of things have happened in between, but that was 30 albums ago, 20 top 10 records, maybe 15, 20 top 10 albums and singles, and gold and platinum records. You got a wonderful career, just a gorgeous career. It wasn't all
easy.
No, it wasn't, and it wasn't all good. We had some challenges along the way, but there were better things. When I look back, there were far more better things that happened in our career. We were pioneers. We were legendary, far ahead of our time in our dress and the kind of music we were putting out. And as it turned out, when a lot of the groups that came behind us emulated the Barcades, and not just just the black groups, the white groups took on some things from the Barcades, and we were very proud of that. Where we led it, others followed.
But it's so amazing because, again, according to your bio, you guys had no musical education.
No, none of us could read. None of us could read. But you know what, Tina? That's the story of a lot of the musicians, singers, and musicians here in Memphis. And that's part. Let me just tell you this. That's part of what the Memphis sound is. It's not so much about being so correct on paper. It's the heartfelt stuff that you have. You know, back then we did all the stuff live, and if anybody messed up, you had to start all over again. You couldn't
Oh,
overdub and all that stuff, man. So, you know, it was all coming from my heart. And, you know, even during the time in the Barcades, we were doing the music for Isaac and Sam and Dave and Otis and Johnny Taylor and all these other guys. Most of these guys, these guys couldn't read. It was just, we would make it up on the spot. And
sure. It must have been a by feel thing. You guys.
it was
feel it.
exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's part of what soul is, you know. It ain't something you can put down on paper, man. It's from the heart, very organic, and makes you feel real good.
Yes, yes. Hats off to you for that. But now you are sailing into some solo waters, and you have your own label. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So I'll give you a little bit of history. So in before I left and retired, 2003, James and I formed a group. James, bass player. We formed a record label, JEA Right Now Records, and we went on to sort of resurrect a lot of the acts that were still here. Soul Children. We had a gospel label, Testimony Records. We had Perfection and Angelic Voice of Faith, but we did that for a few years. But I actually retired, Tina, in 2019, 2019, and it wasn't anything wrong.
Yeah.
But you know, I've been married, like I said, to a wonderful woman for 52 years this year. Yeah. And so we decided, we said, well, you know what, let's just stop and go around the world and do some other.
Stop and smell the roses, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you've been playing on the roses all the time. You're like, hold on, let me stop and smell it this time.
It was a bad idea, though. I mean, I sat around for about a year and a half. I didn't do anything much. I wrote my life story. It's called And the Band Plays On. And, you know, we have other businesses. We run a booking agency since 1999, but nothing took the place of being on stage. So my son and I, we started a new label, Music Moves Records, and I got to work on finding producers to help me put my music together. And we did our first single, which was called I'm Good. We got top 30 in Billboard. And my new single is called Just We. And I did that with Jessica Ray, who's just an incredible talent. Her dad's Ray Griffith. Very noted bass player around here. And so now the album's out, and it's called Yours Truly, Larry D. It'll be released on the 20th of this month.
And I'm sure we'll get a chance to hear that good song and those good music Saturday, June 18th, right?
Absolutely right. June 18th is going to be monumental. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're coming to town with an incredible show that you mentioned earlier. I'm bringing... we're coming to the Agri Center,
right?
And I'm bringing Climax, Brick,
Mary
Jane Girls, Bonnie DeBar. It's going to be an incredible lineup, and the tickets are going. They're selling good, but we have plenty left. So that's June
where can
18th.
they purchase that?
You can go online to. Let's see. We're gonna go. I want you to go to.
Because in the meantime, I know
you get tickets at classicrnbfunktour.com. Let me tell you, classic R and RN.
Okay. Funktour.com. Okay. And since this is a tour, and Memphis obviously is one of your stops, where are the other stops?
Well, let's see. We're going to Dallas, Knoxville, Chattanooga, Florence, Alabama. Those are some of the stops we're going to make along the way, but Memphis is going to be the first stop. You know, Memphis is hometown. I got to go show out here in Memphis, man. Let them see what Uncle Larry's still doing, okay? Yeah, it's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be a great show.
Okay. I was trying to read some of the comments and trying to pull them up before you stop talking. But
really? Okay.
Let's see. Here's one right here. She's phenomenal. I think she's talking about. Bunny DeBarge. And then here's another one from Christy Taylor. Legend. Yes.
Legendary. Oh my God. Okay, Christy.
Yeah. So hey, Christy. Shout outs to you too. And gosh, let's see, since you were talking, I wanted to ask you this. So with this new project, you're working with your son right now.
Sure.
Big shout outs to Junior. Hey, Larry Junior, thank you so much. In this digital age of technology, how easy, or should I say maybe how challenging, has it been for you to go solo?
Well, even with all my history, Tina, having a solo career is it's challenging, because people know me from being in the Barcades, but I did want to show another side of me musically. So my album reflects that. It's very romantic, and it's funky too. I didn't abandon my funk peers, and my funk fans. But going back to your question, it is challenging. Streaming is different. Uh, Music has changed a lot. There used to be radio stations that would say have to take pride in breaking records.
Yeah, yeah.
Now there's such a big criteria for them to even play your music. For a guy like me, but I tell you what, Charlie Wilson, was a dear friend of mine, has truly shown the world that it can be done.
Yes, it can.
It can be done. He's had 7 #1 urban records. And whoever would have thought a guy who spent 2 years homeless,
Yeah.
he and getting through and being blessed to get over prostate cancer, he's come, and he and I are really good friends, man. He's shown me, and he told me, he said, Larry, it's gonna be challenging. He said, it's almost like starting over again, and he was so true. But I'm having fun with it, and I think, Tim, that's the best thing about it. It's not a chore for me, I had great producers, Wally Morris out of Atlanta, who's one of Charlie's producers. Black Elvis, who is from Memphis. He's done Mary J. Blige. He's done Beyonce. Manny, Emmanuel Cole.
Yeah.
He's in my band, My Envy. So I've had a lot of good kids to help me along the way, because I wanted to be objective about it, So I have a really, really nice, diverse album.
Yeah. Can't wait. I cannot wait. And you got I wonder, should I share this? I don't know. I better wait, because Larry Jr. didn't tell me. Well, yeah, he said it's public. You're gonna be at the Timeless Event Center.
Yeah, and that's gonna be my release party, and it's gonna be open for everybody to come.
Everybody, yeah.
I do have some private listening parties. In fact, we did one last night in Nashville, but that which is just kind of for media press, the talkers, movies, and Shaker TV. But the one I'm going to have at Timeless Event Center is for the general public to come and listen to the album all night.
When is it?
It's going to be on the 19th, I do believe, of this month, because the release date for the album is the 20th.
Good for you. Amazing.
Absolutely.
Well, earlier, not early, but yes, earlier, but also your bio mentioned that you mentioned you as a trendsetter, if you will, and which made me think. I was like, yeah, you are a singer, you are a funk icon, you're a producer, author, philanthropist, but you're also a radio personality for
the trend, the baby. 104. 12 point on the AM dial.
I know that's right. Shout out to Lisa Franklin. How in the world, when the trend first signed on, I was a part of it.
Yeah.
And they said that Larry D was coming. I said, Larry D who? It's Larry Dodson. Larry Dodson? He's about to join us. Are you serious? And I couldn't wait to see you, lay eyes on you in the studio, and just embrace you, because I hadn't, had an opportunity to do.
Well, we were dealing with the pandemic, right?
Right.
Very, very rampant during that time.
Right.
So
tell us about your experience with that, being an on-air radio personality.
Never had an inkling. But that's just like when I got into being an author. I never thought. My son kind of pushed me into being an author, and it turned out very well. And he brought this to me, Talisa asked him to sort of ask me would I be interested in just sort of being a celebrity radio host for one of the air shifts there. And you know what, Taylor, I totally enjoy it.
Oh.
Now it is work.
Yeah.
It is work, even though I'm on Saturday mornings from 10 to noon, and I play classic R&B, and I play new songs as well. I do my own list, so I have the opportunity to play whatever I want to, and it's very cool.
It's fun, cool. But like you said, it's work, and I'm so glad that a legend like yourself said that, because many people think that if I can talk, I need to be on the radio just because I can talk. I said, no, there's a skill to being able to talk and to communicate audibly to people so that they can, get a visual picture of what you're saying and want to partake in either that song, that commercial, that event, something.
And you know what? It ain't something that everybody can do. I mean, I really kind of found it out.
No.
But I was kind of proud of myself, Tina. I got pretty good at it pretty quick.
Yes, you did.
And I guess, that's something that that's something that I sort of have instilled in me. I basically anything that I take on, I try to get pretty good at it pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Producing and writing and stuff like that. But I guess there's got to be something on the inside of you because being an air person, you have to be interesting. You
Sure,
have to have an interesting voice. You have to be sort of persuasive,
sure,
and you
sure.
kind of have to know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
You know what I mean? It does help when you know what you're
yes,
doing.
it does.
Having a musical career like I do, I'm very familiar with music, and I love classic stuff. So it was match made in heaven for me.
Yeah.
It's totally not a lot of work for me now.
Oh, glory to God for that too. Well,
Yeah,
I bet many people do not know that you are an advocate for Down syndrome.
I am that.
Yeah, that was new news to me too.
Yeah, my daughter Precious, who was born Down syndrome, who is a total success story, um, and she has always been able to take care of herself pretty much. Of course, she's mentally challenged, but she's worked. As a matter of fact, she's worked at Pizza Hut now for 28 years. So she's totally a success story. In fact, the next book that I'm doing, which my wife and I are doing together, she's co-writing it with me. It's called Keep Looking Up When It's Down.
Oh,
It's going to be such
mm,
a blessing and so therapeutic for parents, people who have mentally challenged people in their homes or born to them, and not just necessarily Down syndrome, but we share what it's been like for us as young parents. Because Precious was just diagnosed not to live long, because Down syndrome kids don't generally do that. She'll be 51 this year. So we will share all of the ups and downs and the wonderful gift that God has given us with
sure.
Precious. And we're going to express hope in this book. It's going to be therapeutic because there's a lot of stuff that only if you go through it will you know how to really have testimonies to it. So it's going to be inspiring for, like I said, not just Down syndrome people, not just people who have Down syndrome people in their family, but just mentally handicapped people. How you keep from putting them in the back room and not ever letting them be all they can be. Because Precious is a success story, and we're going to share that in our book.
Oh, sorry about that. Sure, and thank you for that information because I didn't know that either. Again, I'm grateful that that is something that you're sharing with the community, specifically the Black community.
Oh, absolutely.
How to
We
deal with
that's very true. That's
challenge
very
like
true.
that. Sure. Well, this segment, I call this one the uncommon question segment. Now, this one is
Uh-oh.
not taken from your bio, but it's not raunchy either. So I do have a question for you, Larry D. And
Okay.
my uncommon question for you today is: with you being a native Memphian, I just want to know: do you say Maine? Come on,
No.
what? Memphis, did you hear that? You don't say Maine?
I don't say
You don't say
mine.
come here, Maine? Or look at that Maine over there. You don't.
That is uncovered, but it goes with Memphis though.
It
It's
does.
one of the gangster walking, Maine, and there's some other stuff that goes along with Memphis. And you know what? While we got this time, we need to tell people who are watching and listening and looking that Memphis is a diamond in the rough, man.
Yes, we
We
are.
get such a bad rep. I remember when the first 48 started coming on. It made
Oh,
Memphis sound
yeah.
like we kill people every day, and that's not that's not the truth.
And the
There's
stats
some
are
wonderful
high. It could be
people.
high.
Right.
And it could be improved. But it's not
Absolutely.
every day. It's not daily like that.
No, it's not.
Maine.
Just live in Detroit, live in Philadelphia, live in New York. You'll find out what that can really be.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is a problem though, but all big cities have problems.
Gotcha. And lastly, you are also the owner of a full-service entertainment booking agency called
Right.
La Marie's Entertainment
Absolutely.
Complex, which you currently run with your family.
Yeah.
And again, big shout outs to Larry Jr. How do you manage all of that? Like, or should I say, who do you all book?
We book just anybody that you would want to go and see. What we do is when just say if Memphis May comes along and they want Earth, Wind and Fire, they will call La Marie's Entertainment. We would go to Earth, Wind and Fire, make the deal, and facilitate that. That's what we do for for all genres of entertainers, actors, actresses, for anything that's entertaining. We do it. Management, yep. So we've been doing that since 1999, and we've become one of the premier agencies in the country.
Lord have mercy.
Everybody knows La Marie's.
Everybody goes to La Marie's. And Tina gonna
Yeah.
go to. Is there a facility when, like, if they come, and do y'all have a facility attached to the booking agency too?
You know what? When we've had offices all on Front Street, we've had offices on Main Street, we've had offices on Park, but we found that our home fortune is big enough for us to run our business out of
No. I was talking about like when you book Earth, Wind, and Fire. Is there a facility that the public can come out and see?
Oh
Earth,
yeah,
Wind, and
well,
Fire
just say
that you own.
no.
No,
We do
not
it
at
for
this time. Okay.
anybody in the country, all over the world, can just call if
Okay.
they have an event in their town
Yes.
and they want such and such an artist. They just call, and we get the artist for them, and it's a commission-based situation. But
Beautiful.
as I said, we are very familiar in the music world, and anybody would ever want to see, they can call and get them from us.
Beautiful. Well,
It's a family business, and my wife is the president,
you
so it ain't about me.
You don't say. You know, girls run the world, like my daughter
Yeah,
said.
exactly
Run
right.
the
And my son runs the office. So you ask how we can manage to do this. That we're a family business.
Yeah, family business.
Yeah, family business.
Amazing. I love it. Well, our time is just about up, Mr. Dodson. Remember for you that are watching, remember to go to my website, www.tinatilton.com, to register to win tickets to the Classic R&B Funk Tour, Saturday, June 18th at the Showplace Arena at the Agri Center. Showplace Arena at the Agri Center. And that's featuring my guest right here, Mr. Larry Dodson, and the Mary Jane Girls, Climax, Brick, Bunny DeBarge, Yarbrough and Peoples. Wow, just an amazing show.
Show.
If you could tell us again how to get those tickets, Mr. Dodson, that would be
helpful. Go to www.classicrnbfunktour.com. www.rnbclassictour.com.
Amazing. Thank you again, Larry Dodson, aka Larry D.
All right.
But before you go, you gotta do it for me. You gotta say bye, man.
Bye, man.
Thank you all for watching. Go to the website and go order your tickets. Thank you, Mr. Dodson. Have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Sunshine turns to bad weather, they turn and run. But with you that'll never be the case. That won't be the story of us. Now everything ain't been all rainbows, but never broke our love. We've come so far from where we used to be. It's no longer just just we. Could you ever have dreamed this is where we would be? There's no longer a you and me. Now it's just we.
Been together for so long that we know each other's ups and downs. Finishing each other's